Hi, welcome to Coffee with Angel on Tuesday. If you had a long weekend, this is like your Monday, so start of a new week. Hopefully it will be a great week. Last week I talked about fears, and I had said that I would go into resistance this week. And resistance really is, it's more of our excuses. What excuses are we making to hold us back from doing the things that we know that we need to be doing, or the excuses that we're allowing others to give us. So excuses for you can be that you're afraid of what somebody is going to say to you. So you use that as an excuse to not do the things that you know you need to be doing for your business. Or you're afraid that somebody, what they're going to think about you. So use that as an excuse. So what I would suggest doing first is just writing down your excuses. Make a list of the reasons. And even as you go through the day, if you make an excuse, write it down. And then when you're not doing the things that you know you need to be doing, take a look at those excuses and see if they're valid. Are they actual valid reasons, or are they things that you're making up, or kind of making up in your head the results of what those excuses are, that are holding you back? And that maybe if you just were able to cross those out of your life, those excuses, the things that you'd be capable of doing. So for work from home people, a lot of our fears lie in the excuses that others are going to give us for the reasons that they don't want to use our products or don't want to join our business opportunity. And the number one excuse you're going to hear from people is that they don't have the money. And so when people say that, most of the time it's not a legitimate excuse. They're kind of bluffing a bit. Most people will have the money. I mean, you'll pretty much know if you know the person. You'll know if they're in such a dire state that they actually don't have the money. But most people will give you that excuse because they figure it's something that you don't have. You can't object to that, so you're just going to go away and drop the subject. But the reason people will pay money for something is if they see value in it. If you provide value, then that's when people will spend their money. So it depends on how you're approaching them, and think about the relationships that you're building. Are you just directly going into saying, I think this is great for you, you should try it? Or are you identifying a need with that person? Are you building a relationship? Are you listening to what they're saying? And again, listening is one of the main things you can do with people. If you can't identify a need, then don't bring it up with them. But if it's your product that you think that somebody should be using, why do you think they should be using it? Is it something that they already use and your product will make their life more convenient? Is it something that you think will make them feel better, or is it something that will improve the quality of their life? And identify those reasons and talk about that first. If it's your business opportunity, how is the way that you're approaching somebody duplicatable? If they see the way that you're going around doing your business, is it something that they're going to want to do? Is it something that they can see is a way they can be successful? So if you're out there with all the bells and whistles and making a big deal about all the things that you're doing and all the money you're spending to be able to market yourself, well, most people aren't going to want to do it that way. So when you approach actual genuine people, make it something that they can see themselves doing, and give them a way that they can do it, and talk to them that way. So Ray Higdon gave a good example in one of the webinars that I was watching with him, and he said that if someone says they don't have enough money, you can say, okay, well, so if I told you that there was a BMW outside for you and all you had to give me was $500 for it, would you go and do that? And they, of course, most people will say, yeah, of course I will. So he says, so you'll spend the $500 on a BMW, but you won't spend $500 on a way that you can completely better your life for the rest of your life. And that'll stop and make people think. It's kind of a edgy way to approach it, but it's true. If people can really see the value in what you're offering them, and that you're not being a bother, you're being a blessing to their life, just make it genuine. Stay yourself. Don't become a script in your head that you hear. Just use your own words. And, just stop making excuses for why you can't be yourself. If your excuse is that you don't think you can do something the same way somebody else is teaching you to do it, then don't do it that way. Do it the way that you see yourself succeeding, because it's your business. So, and another way that's good to think about it is the Sundays. Sunday afternoons are when genuinely when people who have to work on Monday are dreading going to work. And so if that's yourself now, if you're just starting your business and you know, Sundays are the time when you feel like, oh no, this is why I need to make this work, then use that as your reason to really dig in. And then once you have succeeded to the point where you can, you know, give up your job and where you're full-time working from home, use that example to people. Say, you know what, what do Sundays feel like to you? You know, do you start dreading Monday on Sundays? You know, is it all doom and gloom about having to go into work for the rest of the week? And most people will say, yeah, that's how I feel on Sundays, and say, well, I was able to get out of that, and I can show you how. So just, you know, remember that 95% of people will quit after their first no, and don't be part of that group. Be part of the 5% who sees the hope, and that, you know, you can get over your excuses, you can get over your fears, and you can make a wonderful life for yourself. So I was in some training yesterday on Go for No, and just how you can change the word no into a response you want to get, and how hearing the word no in your life from people really, you can really become unattached from the outcome. And you know, it won't hurt you anymore, how you can get over that. It's actually like tricking your mind into wanting to hear the word no. So I'm going to share that tomorrow for Wednesday's blog. So I hope you have a great Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today and reading my blog. And I hope you have a great day, great start to the week. And if you're working from home, great. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.